Afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm happy to hear
You, I'm happy too. Thank you.
We are happy.
We're all happy. You talked on Sunday afternoon about the treatment of Phil, and you talked a little about the fact that he wasn't the only player who didn't play particularly well against Manchester United. But Phil, he's double player of the year. Looking ahead, not in the next couple of days, but looking ahead to next season, what can you do to lift him, to get him back to that level again?
We will try, all of us, to help him. Absolutely. We will try.
And do you talk to him about this personally? Yeah. and his response, how's
if the team will play better, he will play better. So it's not just, it's the reason why it was not good is hypothetical player that you can choose. Okay, we sell him. Problems are gone. It's not about that. So the simply better, the individual players live. There are a few players in the world that for himself can leave the team, and we don't have few. I would say, So we have to be, as a team, understand what you have to do defensively, spirit, offensively, our patterns that we had that in the past always were so precise, and then this season we struggled. The last game was a pretty good example. So, and this is what I try to recover in these 7 games, plus FA Cup, plus the World Cup, and after, of course, next season. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hi, Pep. After the derby, you were talking about the reason for the performance maybe not being so good was you need to move less. Like when you say that after a few games over the years, can you explain exactly what kind of things they have to be doing?
It's so simple. When you move the ball, you move the opponent. And when you do move opponent, you create the spaces to attack. And when that spaces to attack are not occupied for the right players in the right positions, you cannot attack good.
And why aren't? What are some of the reasons for them not being in the right position?
Because they are human beings, they happen, or maybe they understand the silly manager understand better. So it happened many times and it happened. And maybe next games we do it perfectly. There is another point that it doesn't work. That, listen, when I go to the press conference and the journalists ask me questions about that, it's difficult for all the managers because they need instant to respond. Now I'm more relaxed, I reflect more. In that moment, it's more difficult. But I had the feeling in that moment why we didn't. Sometimes it's that reason, sometimes it's we give away a lot of the goals to the opponents, we miss a lot of chances. There are 1,000 million reasons. But even with that, I would tell you now, even we have applied a little bit better what I think was the reason why, maybe we don't win neither, or maybe we lose. So there are a lot of factors. But for our game, we're working for many years. So we try to move the opponent. It depends of defense and the way we happen that you have to attack in different spaces a little bit quicker and faster be in the position. And we were not. That's all.
Okay. A different topic. I'd like to ask about Nico Gonzalez and how you analyse his couple of months at City. Obviously, he started with that Newcastle game that was really good. But Bournemouth away from home, United away from home, not being in the team. I know with Spurs, you said he was taking off like a tactical thing, pushing up too much. How do you analyse like the whole thing up until now? How's it going?
The impact for the new ones have been really good. Even Victor Reyes, for example, didn't play much. In the training, I'm impressed. So I think it's not easy when they come in an environment that on the way we're playing, the results were not good. Or perfect. Omar, we cannot deny that the impact he has in terms of goals. And Nico have played good. And I'm pretty sure when Rodri will come back just for mimetism in the training sessions, he will learn a lot. He's another guy who can understand many things. And he will get it because he listens, he's so attention, he's incredible focusing, his world is football. And that is, it's really important. And the times he played, Brighton, for example, the 2 goals, it was a transition. They regained the ball and we could score. So I've done many good things with the ball. Is another player has to move less. I don't like the holding midfielders move a lot. Have to be more calm in the position, but I'm pretty sure he will get it. Come from many years and physicality, and he want to learn. He learn quick, so it's going to happen.
Is that part of the reason why he hasn't played in those away games?
No, I decided for the player for experience and maybe know better all the patterns, and after it happened for United, no, have a mind. Okay, I want experienced players, know exactly what you have to do, and you know the position. I want to sometimes take a major responsibility with some players. That's all. So, but it's not against him, because Jeremy had played awesome for many games recently. Didn't play against United, so it's not about against any players particularly.
Hi Pep. Hugo Viana has started officially this week. Have you had much time with him?
Sorry?
Have you had much time with him?
Yeah. We talk. Yeah.
And obviously with Cheeky, you knew him. How do you go about kind of getting to know Hugo? Because it's such a key relationship between the two of you.
No, but they compare the relation. So with Cheeky, we are together since we played together in Barcelona. We were almost teenagers. So it's a life, I would say, we shared. But the two relations never are the same. But what I know, I heard, and I experienced it in a short time, it will be so easy to communicate and work together. So easy. In that terms, it's a perfect replacement.
What are your early impressions of him?
The way the vision and the football, the way we talk, and the composer that I think is quite cheeky. It's not a stress. It's not like me, for example. So the balance is more calm, and hopefully he can express himself. Always I ask him, so forget about what we have done. We need your vision. You need your. You don't come to follow just what you have done in the past. So let us talk. What you see about the team. So many months is. Watching us, what do you think, what we can do better, what is your feeling, and through back and forth opinions when they come up the best opinions. So I don't want to be club or just with the manager all the time. No, it's not about that, and we never work about, I rely a lot on my sport directors, and they give me the teams or the players they believe is the best for the team, and as a manager, the staff, we have to lift them and, the best of them.
Pep, you said earlier that you were optimistic about finishing in the top 5. What have you seen over the last few weeks that gives you that optimism?
Summer spirit is back. In some games, moments was good. United no, but the Manchester spirit is there. What sustains us, the chance is the spirit. The way the game we play, maybe we'll struggle, but the way. The spirit has to be there. And we learn, we saw with incredible curiosity this Tuesday, Wednesday Champions League games, and I know the rhythm and I know the spirit they play, and this is what you have to do.
Are you able to elaborate on the spirit from this season? What maybe you've not liked from the team? Because you'd always associate a Guardiola team and a City team with plenty of spirit and they go to the end. But you seem to be suggesting that that's not been the case.
Listen, I said many times, there are a lot of reasons, but the main reason, we didn't have players. We have a lot of inches. And without that, it's impossible. Put in any sport collectively, but the important players in basketball and wherever the important players don't play are not the same. We cannot be the same. And we cannot rotate, they cannot compete each other, they cannot, and in a certain moment we need this spirit fight that we don't have legs. They have energy, because in the period where it's October, November, December, January, you'll have a lot. Sorry, I destroy. And every games every 3 days. So that was the reason. I know they want it, but they could not. So
I just ask a very quick one. Have you got any more injury problems?
Right now, no. No, but Phil is out for tomorrow. For the injury had in Old Trafford, but it's doubt. So the rest except Erling and Manu and John and Nathan, the other one okay.
That's one more, please, guys.
Hi Pep. You mentioned
Rodri. Sorry, it's quite good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You will see when they will be back. You will see.
Hi Pep. You mentioned energy there. Do you think there's more energy going into the final few games than in previous seasons where you've had more games? Do you feel that the players are actually fresher than they have been in previous years?
Sorry, I was distracted.
In previous seasons, you'd have a lot more games because of the Champions League.
Yeah.
And what, do you feel that actually the players are fresher now? You've said that there's been a lack of energy at times this season. Do you think with this running, actually, you are benefiting from that?
I would love to be in Champions League, but as I said many times, so we're miles away to compete against the elite from Europe this season. So always we have been, but this season no. So now it's a reality. You have more long weeks. The guys training good. Hopefully they can. It's a final every single game. So now it's not much complicated. Now we have 15, 20 games, but now it's 7 games left. So it's a final every single game. You have to win a lot of games to qualify because Newcastle just 1 game a week and the quality of Aston Villa's and, all the teams are involved, Chelsea's and Nottingham and so Fulham is there. So there are a lot of teams that they will be there and you have to win games. So it's not much complicated than that. So you want to be in Champions League next season and leave the Tuesday, Wednesday with the elite, you have to win almost all the games. It's not much with a tough schedule because we cannot say Crystal Palace and after Goodison Park and playing really good Everton again. And I was impressed the rhythm they play against Arsenal the last game and after Aston Villa. And so, it's what it is. So accept the challenge.
You say you have to win almost all your games, you think, to get into the Champions League then. Do you have a points tally in your mind?
If you win all the games?
You say that you think you'll need to win almost all the games to get into the Champions League.
Yeah.
Do you have a points tally in mind?
But how many points?
Yeah.
No. Well, with 21, we'll be there. That's for sure.
Cheers.
Thank you.
You guys.